Assalamu alaikum. Yes, sir. We are at the 2005 Nation of Islam Singles Retreat in Peachtree City, Georgia. I'm sitting talking to the mighty FOI and the Nation of Islam brothers. Each one of y'all starting with you, beautiful brother. Your name and your city, brother.
Brother Clinton from Atlanta, Georgia. This is 2008.
Yes, sir. What did I say? 2005? I'm sorry, 2008.
Yes, sir.
Good correction, good correction. That's what the FOI do for you.
Yes, sir. This is Brother Leon. My name is Brother Leon. I am from Rock Island, Illinois. Brother Leon X.
Brother Jason Muhammad from Detroit, Michigan.
Brother Victor X from Shreveport, Louisiana. Brother Al Prentice X from Houston, Texas.
Starting, brother, each one of y'all, what has been the most, and anybody can answer this, what has been the most profound experience for each one of you, brothers, since you've been here these last 3 days? You gonna pass on that one? Okay.
Yes, sir. It had to be the workshops that prepared the men. We had the singles women workshop and single men workshop. The men workshop was definitely a plus because it was getting us ready for what we all want, and that's marriage, which God desires for everybody.
Okay. How important, how essential do you brothers believe? Because you know there's a decline in marriage all over the country now, and so how essential do you believe these kind of retreats are for believers, in particular the Nation of Islam, to be able to attend and get the information?
I think it's a very profound magnitude that we all need in the Nation of Islam as single believers, because, like we said, there's a high divorce rate, and the information that we get here is beneficial. It's not only it's beneficial on both sides. So, like we said, Allah came in the person of Master Farah Muhammad. He came to make us gods.
Mm-hmm.
So, during that course, we should be willing to come and receive this information, because this information is very, very beneficial. It only teaches manhood and sisterhood at the same time. That's what we need. That's what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is trying
Yes, sir.
I would say, as well as both of my brothers, you know, the cultivation process of it is very essential, you know, to prepare ourselves for marriage, like my brother said, so that we can learn our roles as men and the sisters learn their roles as women, because we are the maintainers and the providers for our families. So we need all the necessary information to be able to fulfill their roles successfully.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I just like to put my hands brothers that spoke in front of me. Yes, sir. You know, if we look at statistics in our community, we are the highest divorce rate, you know, in this country. You know, so we have been taught properly how to treat our, you know, mate, you know, in this environment. Yesterday, this is my first retreat coming, and I have learned so much that things that I didn't know.
Right.
I'm a middle age brother.
Yes,
you
sir.
Know, so all this is, you know, the proper procedures, having a healthy relationship, you know, and I have benefited a lot on just the information that my brother said that been shared with us through workshops. So I am full thank you.
You, brother?
The retreats have been very beneficial in that they set the foundation for a proper selection of a court mate, with God at the center of that decision.
Yes, sir.
It's an environment where the women are dressed decently, so we have to examine their minds, we have to examine their heart and their spirit. And it is good preparation for us as men, so that we know how to take care of our responsibilities as fathers, as husbands, and as men, as the guardians over our community. So the retreats are a perfect teaching ground and a guide for us as men, and that's how we will change this cycle, this vicious cycle of divorce, not only of black men in America, but of all men in America. Seem to have a problem with commitment, seem to have a problem with the proper selection for their wives. I mean, if you look at Hollywood, they have divorces in 2 or 3 days.
Yes, sir.
And so the retreats have been very beneficial for me as a black man in the West.
I'm gonna ask each one of y'all. I'm gonna ask everybody that asks, any of y'all brothers spot anybody with all these beautiful black women of God walking around, and did anybody spot anybody having any good conversations? That, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're here for.
Yes,
other than to get good information and get something to learn, we're here to possibly find our soulmate.
Oh, most definitely. I met a lot of interesting people from all over, the nation, and just taking my time and being selective.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Candidly, I have to say, I found myself first.
Right.
And knowing that what I know now, and knowing these sisters are here for the same thing that I'm here for, I saw a lot of potentials here.
Yes, sir. So any closing thoughts, brothers? Because I really appreciate you all taking the time to talk
Yes,
to me.
sir.
I think this is really important for the people in the outside world to see how we in the Nation of Islam go about marriage.
Yes, sir.
I think one of the important things that have come out of these retreats is that we received a courtship manual with information directly from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, with answers to questions that break the myths about how to perform a proper courtship. That manual, if followed, will prevent us from making an error in our selection of a courtmate, as well as discovering our weaknesses, what areas we need to strengthen, and that will again prevent us from entering into a vicious cycle of divorce.
I think also one of the greatest profound things about this particular retreat that we had, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan spoke last night, so we had something to establish our, build a foundation from. And I really enjoyed the retreat last year because I'm a nature buff, and I enjoyed being in the North Carolina mountains. So hopefully next year we'll go back.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yes, sir. Historically, marriage has always been part of our culture. It's always celebrated. And through the time period of a haunting history of the black man and woman in America, it was kind of deleted from our culture. So coming to the retreat, again, brought me back in the frame of mind that marriage is important, and that we in the nation have a teacher. Myself, I've been in college 4 years, books and books. We have a Supreme Wisdom and a little thin book, as well as a courtship manual that puts us on the right track of God and what He wants for His nation. So this retreat, I definitely recommend it to all the brothers, as well as sisters, particularly brothers, because we had a shortage of brothers, to come out, get the knowledge, get yourself together, and get out and get you a sister, and be the light of the world, so everybody can see this is how a black man and woman should live in the hills of North America.
There it is. Some of the mighty FOI who attended the 2008 Singles Retreat for Nation of Islam. I thank you, brothers,
Yes, sir.
for your time. I leave you as we came in peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Ladies and gentlemen, sir.